What's up, YouTube? Back here again. A nice 50-degree day in February. It's actually weird. It's like February 10th right now. 50 degrees. This is perfect. So today we have another great one. We are going to chop up that Chinese coonery shifter to make it able so we can get into into reverse. 1 through 6 is actually pretty good. We just don't have enough throw to get us into reverse. So today we're going to have to modify the hell out of this thing, honestly, to actually get this thing to actuate more so we can get more throw out of this thing. It's going to be very interesting. So let's just hop right into it. Alright, so give you guys a little backstory on this shifter before we chop it up. This is a eBay shifter. It's actually meant for a Honda or Acura. I don't really remember. Probably a TSX or something. But you can see it's actually a pretty nice standalone shifter. And the whole reason why we bought this shifter is because I actually wanted to convert the car to shifter cables kind of setup, which is, you know, honestly way better than that straight cut stick that will go straight into the shifter. Another reason why we adapted it to shifter cables is so shifter cables is actually easier to modify, I guess, in terms of like turning this into like a sequential, because I can eventually get one of those straight cut back shifters and it would just actuate the shifter cables as such, you know, but still a straight back option. So that's why I wanted to just adapt the car straight to shifter cables. I feel like it would make my life a lot easier. So other than that, yeah, that's how this thing was born. This thing was probably like 80 to 100 bucks. That's BB times I'm talking about. And yeah, honestly, it's either modify this or buy a new shifter. And honestly, modifying this is free, so let's try and modify this first, and if not, then we'll bite the bullet and spend more money. Right, so from a quick glance, honestly, it just looks like I need to chop it, this whole like rectangle area, past these bolts, just off. That way this thing can actually go further than it does now. Then I'm gonna have to make another kind of like L bracket mechanism to actually, I guess, hook to the cable somewhere. I'm gonna have to like branch off from here and extend over here somewhere. I'm gonna have to figure it out. I'm gonna have to put this cable in neutral for right now, and then that's going to help me position really this L bracket, this next L bracket, after I chop up this shifter. But yeah, I don't know, I guess one thing at a time. Let's go ahead and chop this off and see if this shifter actually still holds itself together. definitely getting somewhere. This one has all of the play, all of the movement, more than enough, but you know what? It's completely worth it. I think it's gonna look cool. Helicopter. Right, so the only fault I see with this idea is this thing right here. So this is a bearing, you can see right there, and then this is like a little notch in here. So this thing is press fit in here nicely, but I bet you with a couple of hard shifts and a couple hours of vibration, this thing will pop right off. So I think the best thing to do would be to drill and tap this, and then we'll be able to lock it in with a nut and bolt, but the nut and bolt will still be able to move along this bearing here, friction style, whatever, however this thing is built in. So I think that would be a good idea to make sure this shifter won't ever come apart. Definitely getting somewhere. Feeling more confident now. So basically what I came up with is that we need to raise this base up about an inch or so, probably 2 inches, just to be safe. It's gonna give it a more, I guess, race car looking shifter kind of look, but you know, make it taller and whatnot, but it's all right. It's all right. So after we do that, then we would be able to actually get this thing to shift, because from that base then we can build forward and get it straight to this heim joint right here. I'm gonna try and see if I can move my heim joints a little bit lower in the car, kind of like here, I guess, kind of out of sight out of mind a little thing, but we'll see. The goal is to have this nice great big masterpiece here, and now I have a lot more work to do to get there, so let's just get started. Guys, next day here. So we have this beautiful, used to be Chinese coonery, now it's a giant hunk of American coonery. Look at this thing. This thing just, damn, I'm liking this thing. All right, so we have the height now. So now when I shift it, the heim joint won't go down all the way to the ground. Now I know I could have cut and shortened the high joint, but look, I already did that. So this was absolutely necessary, which is not bad. I actually like this thing. Look at it, it's just thick. All right, so pretty sure I'm gonna need longer bolts now to get this in here, but I'm gonna try and like bolt this in here and like mock this up just a little bit. All right, 5 seconds later, this thing is nicely bolted in and secured. Honestly, I'm really liking this thing because this is actually in a better spot than what it was before. You guys can see I actually extended it forward just a little bit just to get it farther away from me. So this is a good position. I really like this. I'm fighting with this thing, trying to get this thing to stay, but okay, stay there. So now it's time to work on this kind of like L mechanism that we need to make. So this is the original one, and you can see this was the original lever. It went through here and then it bolted here. So I have all this measured up. So we're gonna try and replicate this thing and, you know, modify it so we can do exactly what we needed to do. But yeah, so basically when this thing goes down, I need this thing to go up. And yeah, depending on how much down, I don't know. We're really gonna have to play around with this thing. This is the part that's gonna take the longest almost. But yeah, this is what's necessary next. So I'm gonna play around with a bunch of angles. I know this to here distance kind of needs to stay the same simply because of the side to side movement, I guess. But I believe I can bring these two holes together. That way, when I move it a little bit, I can move it a little bit less to get the same amount of throw that I had from before. So I'm gonna have to work on that. Well, we'll see. We'll get something figured out. Like that, guys, we have all of our gears, even reverse, but just a little bit harder. But if I was to adjust this anymore, it would be really hella hard to shift this thing. So at least I know I can't accidentally get into reverse now. Honestly, I'm just loving this shifter. Now it's time to finish it off. I wonder what shift knob I'm gonna put on this thing. Well, it's a good thing that Unsystematic now makes their own shift knobs. These are just two of the many styles we have up on the website, guys. I'll make sure I leave a link down in the description. But look at this beautiful spline looking shift knob. I think this one will go really, really nice. And the green almost matches. So let's go ahead and try and put this one on and see how you like it. Now this thing just looks beautiful. And it really fits the look of the car really, really nicely. So this is one of many beautiful shift knobs we have on our website now, guys. Link will be in the description box below. All different sizes, all different colors. Get you guys one today. Holy crap. Look at this. Look at the design on this thing. Holy crap. Damn. I'm loving this too much. This is very, very nice. Alright, cool. So that's about it for this video, guys. Don't forget to head on over to unsystematic.co. Make sure you get all your Unsystematic needs situated. Oh, damn. This is really, really nice. So don't forget to comment, rate, and subscribe. Never forget, never stop modifying.